Ayo, I'm Tits.
Hey everyone, I'm Areolas.
We're doing Don't Move. When did you first see it?
Yesterday.
I first saw it maybe a month ago.
Okay,
Ish.
yeah,
It's 2024. Came out this
pretty
year.
recent. Pretty recent.
Well, we're dating this episode. Oh no. So that's what happened. My bad.
Oh, it's
Sorry,
time travel.
2026, 2028, and future on listeners.
If I need to tell myself, quit gambling so much money. If I'm going to the past, quit. You keep fucking losing, you fat piece of shit. Uh, that's all I need to say.
All right. Yeah. If only. All we can do now is change the future.
Can we though?
Yes. With your actions. If you plan, if you do if you set goals. Set 6-month goals, 5-year goals, 10-year goals.
Yeah, I got a goal for like next year at least, just to get some money and get bitches. That's
Get
pretty
money,
specific.
get hoes, get the get the bag, get them hoes.
Put it in the
Nice.
bag.
Yeah.
Uh, don't move when this. Yeah, I know this fairly recently came out. Why
I'm
did you
moving a
watch
lot,
it?
by the way.
That's fine. You not like the movie? Don't
Exactly.
move.
Just ignore this. It's gonna be a constant. You'll forget about it because that's how human is. All right. So, what was the question again?
When did you see it? And did someone request it?
I think Riley just put it on the schedule because it's a new movie, and we watched
Mm,
it on Netflix.
yeah.
So that's what it is.
Well, this movie starts out with a woman. I guess she's Asian. I don't know. Her name's Iris.
Oh
I don't.
yeah,
Uh huh.
she wants to jump off the cliff.
Yeah, she just leaves her husband, doesn't take her phone, just drives off to a cliff, leaves a memoriam of I guess a child, which is assumed her son, and she's gonna jump off a cliff
Because
to
her son's gone and
Mhm.
she's having rocky relationship with her husband.
Yeah, everything's just down in the dumps for her from what it seems like, and
How
she's
long has
gonna.
it been down in the dumps?
It looks like it's at least been a couple years, no?
A couple of
Or-
years?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have perspective on this. So if I comment on this, I'm an asshole.
What do you mean comment?
I don't know, like I haven't lost a son.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I haven't either. So,
Yeah, so it's
yeah.
like the thing about children, right,
All right.
is
Tell me.
that it's your successor. You've done all you can do. You've grown all you can. You've done the best you can with your finances or whatever. And then you have your child and that's like potential, right? And then it grows to a certain age and then dies. Your potential is over. Your life is wasted. So I feel like she should wait. I don't know. If she's going to jump off a cliff, she should buy the I'm done dude shirt off of the Dick Show store.
Okay.
So she didn't do that. So I think this is very impulsive of her, right? If you're going to
Hmm.
do it, you should get the shirt.
I think there's better ways to do it. I think she's just trying from there to be more ceremonial and attention grabbing because I feel like you could just like poison yourself or take a lot of pills. There's other ways to do it.
Yeah, she is. This is very attention grabby because uh I don't know. Men and women commit suicide in different ways.
Hmm.
Women are more attentiony about it. Men will just do the job. Won't even
Hell
talk about it. They'll just do it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Men are
exactly.
cool. Men are cool with
Yeah,
suicide. Uh, so she's about to jump off, and this dude just like interrupts her contemplation, and he's just like, "Oh, hey, what you doing there?" And he's like trying to be, I guess flirty, but in a like intrusive way, and he's like, "Oh, hey, don't do it. I just think you have more to live for than this or that." And she takes his advice, walks down with him, and there's a twist. He,
perfectly innocent at
uh-huh.
first.
I thought it was real flirty. He was just him trying to be a creep, but
Yeah,
he ends up being, I guess, a killer, and he shocks her with a electric umbrella and
hot.
kidnaps her.
Yeah, I mean, how strong is that electric umbrella? Does it pass her out?
Yeah, for a little bit, it does knock her out, where he can
How
like
high of
zip
a
tie her.
voltage do you have to have that set at?
Mm. Let me look at that. How many volts?
Because that is
How many volts?
interesting. I feel like if you have an electric umbrella, you have to be really fucking careful with it. And, like you can't touch any metal or else you get zapped and then you pass out. So there might be a setting for it.
It says here 50 volts to kill a person would be fatal, so probably
Oh,
like 30 volts.
fuck. 50 volts?
Yeah.
What is that in scale to something that's understandable?
I think a shock from a plug is like 7.5 volts.
Oh, I've been shocked from a plug once, I think. Not like,
Yeah,
I
you
don't
let
know.
go of it like immediately, right? Because that's
Yeah, it's like,
human
oh,
nature.
fuck.
Yeah, yeah.
What about hot tape? What's the voltage of that?
Hot tape.
Yeah, like for horses and shit.
How many volts in a hot tape machine? A
What
hot
is
heat
that?
tape. His cable is hot. It's not giving me an answer. AI, why is AI failing me right now?
God damn.
I know it's horse shit.
It's just like hi horses. It's for horses. But also it's like this white tape that is electrified. It's not tape, but it's like this thin rope, but it's colloquially called hot tape. Um it's like this thin like kind of you put it on like the fence and it goes in like one, two, three along the three fence stokes alongside that and it's like electrified and it's like thin pieces. I think probably 6 inches, not 6 inches, like 4 inches tall and like very very thin, like half-inch thick,
Mhm.
maybe. Um, half inch is like that. It's pretty.
And what is it used for? To keep the horses in?
Yeah, it's better than barbed wire because barbed wire will cut their skin. This just zaps them. It's like no, don't do this.
So
Don't go over here.
I'm reading here that it could be anywhere from 120 volts to 240 volts. Heat tape.
That's no. It just went up my arm. Okay, I touched it hot tape once, and
Hmm.
it like the shock just went up my arm, but it was like kind of mild and numbing after. I don't know.
That's probably not a good thing. It sounds like a good thing that it's numb, but that's probably like
It
pretty
wasn't like
bad.
it didn't. It lasted for like 20 minutes, and then I had the feeling again,
Yeah.
and it. I think it was set to really low. So 50 volts. It was not 50 volts. It was like much lower than that because it didn't fucking hurt that much.
Hmm.
It was just like a weird tingle.
But for you to be numb for 20 minutes after, I mean, that's kind of like frostbite, where it's like, oh, it hurts so much, and you're like, oh, now it doesn't hurt anymore, but your legs are dead. you
I
know,
mean,
from
what it was just like I just felt the tingling feeling for 20
Mhm.
minutes after. Not so much numb. I just felt that feeling. It was, I don't know. I felt like it was like really low though, because they
Mhm.
had children around and children would be around, and it's not a good idea to have it set to a bunch of volts. 50 volts? That's really low. Really?
No, it said 120 volts to
No, no, no,
240
no, no.
volts.
For humans to get killed at 50 volts?
That's what it's telling me. And then a taser can have what the hell? Tasers can have 50,000 volts. I don't think that's right. How many volts to kill a person? Let me.
Yeah, that doesn't sound right.
I don't like that my internet search is me trying to figure out how much electricity to kill someone. Uh,
This is all stemming from the electric umbrella, by the way, because it's
this is
like,
how many volts to kidnap a woman is what I'm looking up right now.
yeah.
How much manure to create a bomb?
Educational, purely educational. That has to be said. You know, I'm curious. What is? Are you going with the AI summary, or are you scrolling down to an actual result
It
and reading
says
into this?
generally a voltage as low as 42 volts can be lethal under certain conditions. The
Well,
risk
what are the what's like the yes, definitely you will die number? Not
the
oh, you can die under certain conditions. You have to be wet and you have to be soggy and it has to be high humidity. No. What's like you get hit with it and then you instantly die? What's that number?
Okay, here we go. I got it. So 1.2 volts is a slight tingling sensation. 3 to 5 volts is painful shock. 6 to 25 is painful shock with muscle control loss, making it difficult to let go. 50 to 150 is extremely painful shock, possible
Well, okay, I got
respiratory.
shocked with 1 volt. That sounds with according to that scale, I was able to let go, but I
Uh-huh.
got shocked with it was like it was a tingle.
One
Okay, I didn't lose
1000
muscle control.
1000 to 4300 is where it can cause nerve damage, it can cause an irregular heartbeat,
Wait, what is the
and
number
like
again?
1000 volts to 4300 volts,
1,000 volts to 4,300. Okay.
and then 10,000 volts is cardiac arrest and severe burns with death
Ah,
being probable.
uh, 10,000 volts. Okay, that's the number.
I'm glad we can come to the consensus
All
on
right,
that.
so
Uh-huh.
what's the number for a woman to pass out then?
Probably 6 to 20, so probably 25 volts where it's a painful shock with muscle control loss. So she would
Okay,
faint, you know what I mean?
yeah, that makes 25 volt. Okay, cool. I'm glad we figured this out. Had to know. Just
This
had
is
to know.
important. This is
Yeah.
important because she does get knocked out with this. He takes her in his car, and for whatever reason, this dumbass that has murdered however many people before in this ritual that he does doesn't search her fucking pockets, and she has a knife on her. Like, God, dude, like, dude, at least, like, I could see him like wanting to like feel her up and grab her butt, you know, because she's knocked out, and it's like, oh, a knife, but he
Yeah.
doesn't. He doesn't do that. He doesn't like.
Oh,
I don't.
respectful killer. Oh, wow. The killer is so kind enough to not grope her and find her items. Fucking your is he's taking your life. That's the most disrespectful thing he could do. Fucking I if he's a killer, he should be doing it, the groping because he's a terrible person. He's doing disrespect. So, and groping is disrespectful and it's like less than killing and they could justify killing, so of course they could justify groping. What's the idea that he's so respectful to not grope him of her, whatever. What
I don't
fuck is
know.
it? I don't know.
Uh,
It's a chick.
yeah, it's a
It's a
chick.
chick. But
She's pretty too, like gropable, you know.
yeah, I'm just like I'm just thinking this is not well thought out writing. But what's interesting about her is I think it's not at this stage that she gets drugged and she has to get paralyzed. It's a little later on, right?
Yeah, it's right as they crash because she takes out the knife and she's there like struggling with him, and then they crash, and she's actually almost winning this fight, and then he's like, "I injected you with the drug," and she's like,
Oh
"Whoa,
yeah.
what the fuck? You know what the fuck?" Blah
And
blah
then she
blah.
just like goes off and runs. And he's like, I'm gonna walk. And she's like, I'm running. I'm gonna go as fast as possible. And then she's just running through the forest. She goes and runs. And then she's dragging her leg. They get super numb. And the guy's walking behind her, being like, oh, hey, this is how long it takes to have all your muscle functions go away. By an hour, your legs are going to go totally numb. And an hour and 50, you're not going to be able to talk no more. You know, but apparently the breathing functions happen still, even
Yeah,
though he says, "Oh, it's 2 hours. You're gonna lose your ability to breathe," but then she's able to breathe.
yeah, very. It's very odd foreplay, and then the
Yeah,
logic. The logic is if you had a tranquilizer like that that did do all that that paralyzed you and fucked with your muscles, it would fuck with your breathing because your lungs are muscles,
yeah,
right?
yeah. That's what it is.
hmm
So
And
I'm just thinking,
mhm.
what are the writers thinking about? They're clearly thinking about, oh, we don't want the killer to grope the girl because that's rape. And like, he's killing people. He doesn't care. Like, I feel like if you're gonna make an evil guy, you should really make him evil. So I really fucking hate him. That's more of an emotional connection for a movie. And that's what you want in a movie, a watching experience is emotional connection. You know? You really want to fucking hate the person so your movie gets remembered.
Well, that and whenever his eventual, if it does, his comeuppance comes up at the end, it's even more so rewarding because she gets her revenge. Or I wasn't sure until the end about like the whole idea of revenge. I thought maybe the movie would swerve, but we're not there yet. But uh,
Right.
yeah, she loses most of her feeling. He's kind of fucked up from the car crash, but he's there just taking his time, and it's like this dude is just like having fun, like not caring about catching her, and then right before she loses feeling, she like gets into a river and floats downstream a little bit.
How does she stay afloat once she loses feeling? Is she just relying that the human body is kind of naturally buoyant? But only in certain conditions, like the human body will sink if there's like not enough minerals
Yeah,
or too much or whatever. She just
I
can't account for that variable. So it's really risky doing that.
for real. Especially, I think she was counting on that it was a shallow creek, even though it was like a rapid river. You
Oh,
know?
it's just it's just shallow creek. I can see visual rapids. This is dumb chick logic. Okay. I see that. I'm like, that's a fucking rapid river. I'm going to drown. I'm going to instead crawl to a hiding spot. Is what I would do.
Mhm.
I would like if there's a nearby log. Uh, I'd find a way to be underneath the log. Like I still have my hands. I'm fucking digging underneath the log, and then like having a hole there, and then fitting myself in there, and then covering myself, and it's just like being part of the scenery, just hiding myself before he gets there because I have like a decent amount of time because he's just like content to walking while I've been just chilling
Yeah,
ish.
cover yourself in mud, like in the Predator or something.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can camouflage.
Exactly. That's what I'll do. I
Mhm.
just hide. It's hide and go seek.
You can look like PETA from Hunger Games when he's a rock, like when he fucking hides and shit. It's an old joke. Never mind.
Yeah. I'm young.
Oh, you've seen the Hunger Games though. Never mind. It's
I yeah. Oh yeah, PETA. I forgot when you said PETA. I was thinking about
food.
PETA ad, the really bad art on that
Oh, I
ad.
thought you were thinking of
So
PETA's.
oh yeah, the food, but
Yeah.
you know the PETA, the organization. They had a really
Oh, okay.
Thanksgiving ad that's like they're stuffing a turkey, but the beard is so airbrushed and the hair is so airbrushed. I'm like, this looks like dog shit. There's no texture. What the fuck? People don't know how to use texture. I could have made something better. This
Well,
is what people are hiring now. I'm like, what the fuck?
because you eat meat.
I'm a better
Meat
artist than all of these people.
meat is what gives you brain cells. Like if you just eat vegetables and that's it, like you meat is what evolved the caveman when he cooked it and started eating it is what has made his brain bigger, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's fake shit.
I feel bad for vegans. I'm sorry. You're wasting your life.
They're wasting away. Like literally, they're just there like fucking withering like
I don't know, just have fun. Don't restrict yourself so unnecessarily. Unless it's for health reasons, then it's understandable, right? But if you're just
yeah,
doing it because you're an asshole, just fuck off.
or you want to be better than other people, what you
Yeah,
think that is. Yeah.
right.
No. So she floats down the river a little bit. She makes it to some guy mowing his lawn who looks kind of like Santa Claus. And I don't know about you, but the first thing I thought was, okay, this dude's gonna rape her, like or fondle her or something. Like, I just think that badly about men. I was like, there's no way this dude isn't not a bad guy, you know?
Right. I also thought that too. I thought he was like part of the guy, right? Oh yeah. She's like calling the attention of the dude, and then the killer is like, "Hey, give her back." And the guy is like, "No." Yet he didn't try at all to convince him. Like,
Get your
if
own
I
throne.
was the killer, you know what I would do as a strat? I'd be like, uh okay. She's paralyzed.
Mhm.
The man encounters a paralyzed woman. And then the killer's tactic is to say that his wife was in a car accident. And then how did she get out here though? What the fuck? That's a fucking ridiculous story. It seems like she's running away from him. If that man told me that, I'd be like, wait. Then if she's in a car accident, why is she over here? She's clearly running away from you. That's not a good sign. I think I would not use that line. I think I'd use like um
Anything else?
she's just
Literally.
I don't know what would work there because a paralyzed woman in the woods. That's not a good sign
No,
at
no.
all. How do you claim that? This guy's like, oh, she could be like rapidly blinking, and this guy understands that it's a sign of distress. So I think my play would be like, oh my goodness, are you okay? Being really concerned for her. You know, be
Yeah,
like,
no,
"Oh my
like
goodness, I'm so sorry that this happened to you." Right? Just play really concerned, play into the other guy's concern, like find help, involve the police, right? Just but don't turn yourself in. Instead just be like, "Oh my goodness, this lady." But like it lasts 3 hours. The paralysis lasts only 3 hours. So that plan wouldn't work because then she would blab. Why the fuck would you choose something that only lasts 3 hours? What the fuck?
and
Ugh.
to me,
That's not
what was
it's
I gonna
not a
say? Uh the old man almost believed him, like with his shitty ass story too. He was like, "Oh, okay,"
Just
and then
gotta say with
finally
conviction.
he almost like fell for it, and then his phone rang, and he's like, "I thought you lost your phone in the accident." Oh,
What a
did I?
fucking dumb lie. You don't have to say that.
Yeah. So his shit is just he's not good
You
at
say like
telling
you've been
stories.
calling her all day and you haven't been able to reach her.
She lost her phone in the woods
She
when
lost
she.
her phone. Not I lost my phone. Fucking retard.
You could have
Who the
said
fuck
y'all
made this movie?
y'all were kayaking. Our boat turned over. I think she hit her back, and she might have fucked up her spine. Like that's all you got to say, Like
Yeah.
I don't know. It's so it gets strange here, and then also like he
Also, you could
almost.
say like, hey, why haven't you called the police? Then you could be like, oh, I don't get signal here, so I was actually walking it the other way to get signal so I can call the police. Like that's so what you could say to him, and then he'll be on on your side. And I'm
Yeah.
like, what the fuck? How am I coming up with better ideas for him to? I better ideas. This is not a good movie. I mean, it
You could.
is. I like the concept, but it's the underlying concept is cool. The execution is kind of missed opportunity. It's
Yeah.
kind of poorly written in certain places, and then other places are like, "Oh, this is cool." I'm getting into following her run, and the guy be like, "Ha ha ha ha! I'm get fucked." But then there's certain opportunities in what she has to escape that I feel like she should not take until she's fully unparalyzed. But you remember when she's getting less paralyzed after like 3 hours? And this
Mhm.
fucking dumbass is still doing some errands or something. He's getting gas. He's getting kill supplies. And it's like, what the? You haven't killed her by now? You didn't prepare? You fucking deserve this.
Yeah, he's a dumbass. Like, is this your first time ever killing someone ever? Like
I thought he was a seasoned veteran.
yeah. He's obviously done it before because he's got like a ritual that he does, and that little conversation he had with his wife about, oh, I'm at the cabin, this and that, and then when he killed that dude, he was like, oh, I've only killed women, I've never killed a man before. So like there's hints that he's done this before, but
Yeah.
why in this instance is he such a fucking rookie beginner at it? It seems
It
because she's not even. Yeah, she was a pain in the butt at the beginning when she had the knife, she choked him and all that. But once he had the drug in her, she should have been nothing. Like this
yeah.
shouldn't have been this shouldn't have been a problem at all. She was literally a marionette, a puppet for like 2 hours, like, and he was just taking her around doing shit, and
There
somehow she
are
still.
there are two ways you can go about this. You can either set up more stuff to justify using the 3 hour drug, like set up more scenarios, and then there's some restrictions. That's why you have to use a 3 hour drug. That's why you have her, right? And then like there's obstacles in your way that's preventing you from killing her. And then it's not written like that at all. It's not like that.
Hmm.
It's it seems like there's a time skip that like makes it so she's fully paralyzed by 1 hour. That means she has 2 hours of full paralysis. There's maybe an hour of like her being in the cabin that's being on fire, but the time scale isn't really well justified.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, I
hard
get
to
you.
it's hard to track how long time is in this movie. Like I don't think it's paced well, and so the timing of everything is a little bit janky and a little rushed. And I'm like, wait, now she's becoming less paralyzed, but that's after 3 hours.
Hmm.
Where did the 2 hours go? Being in a burning house, that takes like 5 minutes. Like, it doesn't take that much time to have a house catch on fire.
Fuck no,
It'll
not
just
when you're
go erupt.
dousing with gasoline. That
Yeah, what
shit'll
the
burn
fuck?
real
That doesn't take
fast.
that much time.
Fuck no.
And like them talking, it's like the way the dialogue is set up, it takes 5 minutes. That's like
Yeah.
10 minutes. Uh and then it jumps time. It's like, okay, now he's he's got her in the truck, which it's like I feel like that should be, instead of 3 hour mark, it should be at, she's fully paralyzed. She has a conversation, give or take. It's like an additional half hour to an hour. But so we're in the last hour of it being fully paralyzed, right?
Mhm.
That's enough time. You gotta like. I don't think there's enough time in between when. I don't think there's enough. There's nothing happening within the hour mark between like when she gets in the car and then she starts to regain power of her body system.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it's just hard to. The timeline should be better defined in this movie. Um, add more still moments. Like get more face shots of her in the car, just looking up at the sky, with like tears down her eyes. And get a few shot glimpses of the clock or something. Obviously, like an important discussion, something that she'll need to know, or maybe it's like the killer talking, and it's like pillar to something that was integral in, that was set up in the first act, but there's gonna be a big climax in the third act, right?
Hmm.
I don't understand this movie's pacing.
This movie reminded me of like a Saw trap. Like the whole movie was like a Saw trap, because and we get to the end. We get to the end where he's like, fuck you, I'm just gonna take you out on my boat and kill you, or drown you or whatever. And then there was a cool little scene where she plunges him with the drug, but she's not able to push the plunger down to inject him. So he's like, haha, egg in your face, and takes her in the boat. She gets control of more of her muscles and takes the knife he conveniently has in the back of his pants and stabs him in the neck, gets the gun, shoots him, and he jumps out of the thing. And we think she might drown because there's holes in the boat, but lo and behold, she gets more control over her body.
Yeah, and then does the killer swim up the shore, or does he just like go to shore
Yeah,
naturally?
he swims to shore like all bleeding out and like, and I thought he was gonna get away. And he gets there, and she she ends up getting get to the dock out of the boat that's sinking, so she's back to, I guess, uh 90% whatever control. And she goes up to him and he's bleeding out, and she's just like, thank you. And you think she's gonna like kill him, but she just thanks him and then leaves and lets him like bleed out, presumably. And
Right.
that's how it ends
I
with
like
her.
that. I like
Yeah.
the ending. It's clear that there is an ending in mind when writing this, and a beginning. Just the middle part, I feel like should have been more breathy in order to have the full weight of what's happening in the story. There needs to be more impact. It's not as impactful this way, is what I'm saying.
I just feel bad for like her life, right? She gets more redemption. Well, not redemption. She feels like she has reasons to live now because she almost died.
Right.
But three people died actually for that. The murderer, and then the cop that was trying to save him at that one point, and then the old man that was just minding his own business,
Yeah.
mowing his lawn. So it's like, this bitch, like, three people fucking died, so you can feel like you should live now. I don't know, like you better value that life.
Yeah, it's an important lesson. Value your life.
Live your life. Hey.
I know that song.
That's Rihanna. Hey,
Yeah, that's a
chasing
good
that
one.
paper. It's good. It's a good song.
Anyway, what would you rate this one?
Uh, I say a four. It was like I said, like we were, talking about it, and it just reminded me like of a long saw trap sort of thing. It had some parts where I was like, "Oh yeah, edge of my seat," blah blah blah. But I just don't believe a killer could lose to a woman who's paralyzed for all basically all the movie. So I'm
I
just
just
like,
think he's a
whatever.
bitch. He's a dumb bitch.
He's just dumb. It was just like you should be able to take a woman, let alone take out a woman that is paralyzed.
Yeah, what
But
the fuck? How you are you so incompetent that you're losing track of time? Just
it's
like spacing out in between the cuts? Is that what's
or
in between like each cut that's shown in the movie? It's like an act. It's like the comic book. If you imagine like a particular shot, imagine it as a comic book, and
mm,
in between each shot in comic books, it's like the time is imaginary, is like into your imagination. So
mhm.
it could be like 20 minutes. And it's based on how long it takes for you to read the comic book panel. But like and how it is structured and how like the other one is. But it's like it could be like 12 hours and it's just like infinite time.
Well,
That's
I
what it
think
is.
with her watch, where they had it for the first 20 minutes, they should have had that play a role the whole movie. Where like
Yeah.
she did it for 20 minutes, and then maybe she catches her, and he's like, "Hey, just for fun, I'm gonna set your watch to another hour to see when you feel this," and then so the audience can follow along with the watch. So we
Yeah.
know. But what do you rate this movie?
It's a 5. It's whatever. I wouldn't watch it again. The
It's a
concept
2024
is
movie.
good. The concept is good, but the execution is flawed.
Yeah, yeah, no execution. She didn't die at all.
True.
True, true. We got a game real quick here. Uh, I call it even more phobias because I felt like being paralyzed was a phobia, but I couldn't find a phobia of being paralyzed. But I did
Hmm.
find 7 other phobias that are interesting, and I had AI depict pictures of them. You're gonna see if you can guess what the phobia is, or guess at least what the fear of it is.
Alright, let's go.
Cool. So we have. What do you think this fear of is?
Fear of time,
No,
fear of responsibilities.
I feel that, but no, not here. Not when
Okay.
he's in bed.
Uh, insomnia, fear of sleeping.
Fear of sleeping. Do you know what the fear is named?
No,
It's somnophobia. The fear of sleeping.
somnophobia.
The fear of sleeping.
I used to have the fear of sleeping. When I was in college, I'd be like, "Oh wow, well, if if being mortal is you die, and you're mortal is and being immortal is you live forever, right?"
Hmm.
And then that's both sound like hell. You just stop existing. What is that like? Right. This is the shit I think about when I was 18. This is what I think
What's
about. And so I'd like think about this and not sleep because I'd be afraid to sleep because I'd be like, well, if I fall asleep, what if I die? But I don't
mhm.
know what is it, like a 1-0 binary, or is it like more gray than that? You know, real existential shit.
I
And
actually
lives
think I
pretty
know
neat.
those feelings.
Yeah.
What's the longest you've gone without sleeping?
Um, longest I've gone without sleeping, probably 32 hours.
That's pretty long.
It's
instead of
mostly
like
like now. I if I do that, it's like work concentrated, and then I sleep really
okay,
good.
so
So
you're not just there like fearing,
nah, no, no, no.
you're
I'm just like
busy.
I'm fucking working. I'm busy. I'm staying up that long to do work, and then when I sleep, it just feels great.
It's
And
fulfilling.
I don't think about those thoughts anymore because it's like if you do what you want to do, like you're going to die tomorrow, then you do the things that you want to do. And like if you're going to die tomorrow, I want to do this thing first, and then you do it. You don't think about it. You don't think about, oh, what if I did this thing and I die? I didn't get to do that thing. You just do it, and then it's like I don't know. That's how you get rid of it. You just do the things you want.
Yeah, yeah, I hear you. I take everything a day at a time. So as long as you
Yeah.
have something to look forward to doing, you have technically a reason to exist and look forward
Yeah.
to tomorrow.
Yeah.
So yeah, I could definitely agree with that for sure. Do you know what this drawing is depicting? What fear?
The fear of big words.
Yeah, yeah. Do you know what the fear of big words is?
To so wrist monstrable stupobia. That's
Very close. That is like 90% close. It's hippo to monstrosquipedaleophobia. The
oh,
fear of long words itself is a really long word. There's irony there.
I love irony. Irony is hilarious.
No, there is a fear of long words, supposedly, for people who, grew up fearing long words. It's a fear. It's a true fear.
Uh,
Do you know what this fear depicts or what it's called?
the fear of peanut butter? The fear of wait, hold on.
That's
The
close.
fear of a peanut butter jar not having a table surface, but somehow it's above your elbow where the table surface is. You're afraid of levitating peanut butter jars. That's a perfectly valid fear. I understand. That's fucking weird. Why is
That's
that peanut butter jar levitating?
why isn't this peanut butter jar abiding by our rules of gravity and dimension?
Yeah.
Uh for this particular fear, no, it's not about levitating peanut butter. This is called arachibutyrophobia, which is the
Iraqi butteryphobia.
that's how I'm pronouncing it. This is the fear of peanut butter sticking to the roof of your mouth.
That's a pleasant sensation. Although
I
I
like
can
it.
understand it's kind of asphyxiating a little bit,
Yeah,
and
I
it can
could.
make you feel like you're not breathing. So I totally get the feeling.
I love peanut butter though. Peanut butter is
It's
fucking
great.
S
Peanut
tier.
butter is awesome.
I love it. Do you know what this fear is or what
Fear of holes.
well no, that's oh, I forget what the fear of holes is. But it's a little bit more obvious here.
The fear of big landscapes.
No.
The fear of trees.
No.
The loneliness.
It has to do with color.
Yellow.
The fear of yellow.
What's the Coldplay song? And they were all yellow.
It was
You
all
can't listen to
yellow.
that song if
Oh
you're afraid
yeah,
of
let's scare the fuck out of
fear of
you.
yellow because
Um
you hear your fear every day. You're like, ah, no Coldplay, please stop singing about yellow. It was all yellow. No, you
well
know.
you can't hear follow the yellow brick road, you'll fucking trip the fuck out. Like
Yeah,
I gotta see that shit on in black and white. The fear of yellow is xanthophobia.
xanthophobia.
The fear of the color yellow. Do you know do you know what this fear is or the name of the fear?
The fear of personal invasion of your space.
You would think that with the way this AI, I don't know why AI generated it. I know why, but um The fear in this picture is omphalophobia.
Belly fat.
The fear of a belly button.
What's from? What do you mean? You're afraid of belly buttons? Everyone
It's a
has belly button.
it's a hole though. Like from what I've read, people put band-aids over their own belly buttons if they're afraid of.
What are you afraid of? It's not infinite. Like, what do you put your finger all the way in there? If you're afraid of belly buttons, here's my task to you: put your finger belly button,
Mm-hmm.
put it put it in there.
Mm-hmm.
Just do it. Do all the way.
Mm-hmm.
Feel the end. You feel you see, it's all skin.
Uh-huh.
That's it. There's literally nothing in there. It's all fine. It's not a magical vacuum of space that everything that goes into the belly button gets consumed by the belly button.
Yeah, no, I feel you. That's very good advice for anyone listening who might have a fear of their belly button. It is very logical.
It's immersion therapy. You're
That's true.
welcome.
Let's see. I got two more here. Do you know? I don't know. This picture's funny. Do you know what this fear is of, or what it might be named?
The fear of semen on the ceiling.
Semen on the ceiling, dripping down, dripping down.
I mean, that's a reasonable fear. You don't know if that semen has any STDs.
Oh, now I'm fucking even more scared. Like
Yeah.
I wouldn't even think of that. I would be afraid of just semen on the ceiling, not let alone it having fucking STDs. Now my fear is quadrupled.
Ha ha ha.
Um,
What is
this
this?
is this is the fear of string.
Oh, it's string.
Yeah, this is supposed to be string. It's linonophobia,
Huh.
the fear of string. Yeah, people were afraid of string.
What's wrong with string?
I
Let me
like
know in the
yarn.
comments.
I like yarn. I could see like not liking like metal string, maybe.
Is it if it's really thin? I'm like, yeah, I fucking hate this string because it sucks.
Yeah,
Right? If it's super thin,
like
but
fishing line
regular
or something.
string, fishing line's fine. There's a purpose. If it's well done,
Hmm.
if it's all right, I'll use the string. Like high tensile strength, cool. I like thicker string. What's wrong with string?
I mean,
I don't get it.
I can see why people be afraid of it. It's just string. It's it's kind of scary.
I don't get it at all. Someone
Lastly,
in the
here,
comments. Ghosts.
tell us what the string fear is. Lastly, here, what is this fear depicting, or what is it called?
The fear of ghosts chasing you.
I mean, that's just fair. I'm pretty sure you deal with that with all your Scooby Doo reviews. That's all,
That's true. That's true.
unless it's Old
Uh,
Man Jenkins.
what is this? Is the guy in the bottom left corner? Is this in his head? What's happening on the rest of the canvas?
So what he is afraid of is he's afraid of fear.
You're afraid of
So
fear. What's
he's
wrong?
a
Wait. Okay. How does this work? You're afraid of fear. Oh, I'm afraid if I'm scared. Right? Is it like
Mhm.
that?
I'm afraid of my own fears before they even are fears. That's like worrying about milk that hasn't spilt yet. It's called phobophobia, is when you're afraid of fears.
Phobophobia. That's a fun word. Phobophobia. That totally makes sense. Phobophobia.
Phobophobia, the being afraid of your own fears.
That's pretty dope. I like that.
It's interesting. It's another layer of, you know, fears and all that. And if you want to not be afraid and see a nice belly button, and get some nice belly button therapy, check out the wonderful mint salad at her. Where the fuck is her link here? I'm losing my mind. Here we go. Hey, there it is. Right there.
Link, yeah, check out my link tree. There's plenty of pictures of my belly button there. Spicy sites. Also do daily movie reviews. YouTube.com/ASD Presents. Sometimes there's pictures of my belly button, like in the videos of my movie reviews, but it really depends on the theme. Sometimes I'm in a bikini. Most of the time, I don't really have my belly button showing because it's cold. And also, daily movie reviews and social media links. You can find that all at autisticmoves.com.
I personally love the turtleneck because I like to use my imagination. So I
Nice.
feel like less is more. You can find all my podcasts anywhere podcasts are available. Just search That's All Funny, Everyday Podcast, That's All Kayfabe, every Monday for wrestling. And this show, the Tits and Areolas with Men's Salad, every Tuesday nights, podcast available anywhere and on YouTube, youtube.com/Lorenzo Arreola. I want to thank the great Men's Salad for being here. I want to thank everyone for listening. Like, subscribe, take care, stay safe, and stay out of your belly buttons. All right, see y'all later. Bye-bye.
No, clean them.
Keep them clean. Bye.